Madam President.
The senator from Alaska.
Madam President, a number of us are down on the Senate floor here talking about the disastrous Biden administration policies that from day one, have sought to increase energy prices and put American workers out of work. How have they been doing that? Well, they're shutting down the production of American energy. They're going after, all over the country, they're going after infrastructure, particularly pipelines, and not allowing those to be built. They have energy or climate czars, not confirmed by the Senate, John Kerry, Gina McCarthy, who are going to financial institutions in America saying, don't invest in American energy. And then we're hearing reports that John Kerry's going to countries in Asia saying, don't buy American LNG. You can't make this stuff up. And then just 2 days ago in the Washington Post, another story, John Kerry saying to President Biden, hey, we got to be softer on China so we can get them to maybe commit a promise that they'll never keep in Scotland. You can't make this up. Let's be soft. The Chinese are mad about us raising issues about Hong Kong and Taiwan. John Kerry saying maybe we should tone that down to get the Communist Party of China to agree to some empty promises on climate. Can't make this up. So what we're seeing, Madam President, is spiking energy prices at the pump for working families. And here's the question everybody should be asking. I hope our friends in the media ask it, certainly of the Biden administration. Is this intentional? Are you really trying to drive up energy prices that's hurting working families? Well, my view is I think the answer is yes. The president had a town hall last week. He seemed to not have a clue about a bunch of issues, but particularly on energy prices. And then just yesterday, there was an article about how Gina McCarthy was quoted as saying there will be opportunities with these high energy prices. Quote, soaring commodity prices stemming from a surge in energy demand and limited supply should accelerate the move to renewables around the world. This is a senior Biden administration official saying, hey, we're actually trying to drive these prices up. Sorry, working families in America. Winter's coming. You're really going to be hurting. So maybe the world will move to renewables. You can't make this up. To me, this is one of the biggest betrayals of working families and working men and women in U.S. history. An administration coming in on purpose to drive up energy prices. Gina McCarthy says so. Knowing it's going to hurt working families. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if President Biden will be calling on our citizens to wear a Jimmy Carter-style cardigan soon. What they're doing is building back better to the 1970s. High inflation, gas lines, high energy prices, empty shelves, lack of workers, energy-producing adversaries like Russia empowered, begging OPEC to produce more oil. That is literally what's going on. So, Madam President, we have a much better plan. And in the next few weeks, some of my colleagues, Senator Kramer, Senator Lummis, a number of others, we're going to be putting forward a plan on what's working. We need to build on what's working in America. And let me give you a couple statistics that matter. Since 2005, the United States has reduced greenhouse gas emissions by almost 15%, more than any other major economy in the world. That is a fact. You don't hear it from President Biden. Heck, the Secretary of Energy thinks we're the sinner. They don't recognize China as producing almost 3 times the amount of greenhouse gas emissions than we are. Estimates are that 100% of the increase in global greenhouse gas emissions are going to come from non-industrialized countries. China, India, others. And yet they're putting all the pain on Americans. If we continue to export clean-burning American natural gas, as we currently do, to India, to China, to Korea, to Japan, that could have a huge impact on reducing global greenhouse gas emissions. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with others. We certainly want some of our Democratic colleagues to join this common sense approach, the American Energy, Jobs, and Climate Plan that's focused on all of the above energy, using technology, yes, building out the renewable sector in conjunction with our other energy that we currently have, empowering American workers, not giving him and her pink slips, which is the Biden way, enacting reform, knowing that we need other resources like critical minerals that we have in abundance in Alaska and America for the renewable sector, permitting reform so we can bring all energy projects online, oil, gas, renewable, nuclear, all of the above. That's the power. And of course, using our resources to leverage our foreign policy advantage over our allies. And Madam President, as we start rolling out our plan, we need to compare it with the Biden Green New Deal. We need to compare it with the Biden Green New Deal. Just look at the comparison. What we're going to be doing over here in the blue with our plan and what the President and his team, no offense to some of my colleagues, led by a number of them on the Green New Deal. We'll create millions of jobs. They're putting people out of work as we speak. We have the ability to reduce global greenhouse gas emissions. They're going to China to get empty promises from dictators. Not going to work, no matter how much John Kerry kowtows to the communists. We're going to restore energy dominance. They want to crush it. We want to invest in manufacturing and other elements that will produce millions of jobs for working-class Americans. Right now, they want to rely on China to source everything we have in America. And of course, we want reasonable energy prices. And as I already mentioned, Madam President, Gina McCarthy and others are trying to drive up American energy costs on Americans' backs so they can go to Europe, drink a glass of wine, and tell them how well they're doing in terms of crushing our energy sector. The American people don't want that. Our plan is what's supported by the American people, not this crazy Green New Deal policies that's hurting men and women, particularly working families and energy sector workers, more than any other policy of any administration in the history of the country. I'm glad a number of my colleagues are down here to continue this discussion, and I look forward to participating with them.
Madam President.
The Senator